Welcome to the Author Spotlight Show, a platform dedicated to celebrating remarkable women who share their purpose and their passion to make a difference in this world. My name is Gail Watson. I'm founder and CEO of Women Speakers Association, a global community of women who use their voice to powerfully inspire others. Today, we're talking about a brand new book, hot off the press. Voices of the 21st Century, Women Empowered through Passion and Purpose. This book features extraordinary women from various backgrounds and walks of life who share how their message has merged from their life experience. With passion and purpose, these stories will inspire you to embrace your own power, break barriers, and create a better future for yourself. These women are a testament to the strength and collective voice of women in shaping the world in which they envision. Today, we are speaking with co-author of Voices of the 21st Century, Women Empowered Through Passion and Purpose. And we're going to be talking about in that place, if you've ever been stuck in a job where you're compromising your values or your morals, or maybe you dreamed of making the leap into something that's all your own, following your dreams. Well, we're speaking with a woman who did just that 41 years ago. So let's welcome to the show international best-selling author Marsha Lake.
Hi, Gal. How you going?
I'm going, well, you're looking fabulous.
Thank you.
So, Marsha, I love what you're talking about because you're really living the dream. There's so many people that talk, oh, I wish I was doing something else. Oh, I'm stuck in this job. But you actually did it 41 years ago. So, let's talk about what inspired you to share this story.
Well, I thought I had a story. However, I've always had imposter syndrome. So I thought, how could I share something that was interesting to the reader? How could I share something which I'm so positive about and so passionate about? Because I feel very proud of myself of what I've done. And I've worked very, very hard over 41 years. And I'm only just starting because I'm just going into my next phase now. And I'm going into new and better things as we go.
I love that. So, when you talk about you're just starting, I just introduced you as 41 years ago. Let's build the bridge here.
Well, I don't believe in the word retirement. That's not in my vocabulary whatsoever. And I feel now that I can present myself more. I can speak more. I feel more confident to speak more because I've gone through so many things over 41 years. I've gone from working on a typewriter and typing to going on the computer to meeting wonderful people to working with incredible clients. And I've had the massive experience over a long period of time. But it actually started with my father many years ago because he was a printer and I worked with him in my school holidays, and I know what to do with a piece of paper and make it look good. Putting that writing on a piece of paper, making it look presentable, and that's what I'm about.
Yeah, and we'll absolutely dive a little bit more into what you do. But I want to get back to your story here about, um, I mean, prior to you taking a big leap and starting your own uh, business, you were really stuck in a position that compromised a lot of your personal ethics and boundaries and things like that. Let's touch on in terms of that experience, and more so when you share this story, what do you want readers to take away from it?
Okay. Well, I've been a secretary for many years. I built up from doing a very 16 years old. I was a senior. There was another 16-year-old. I was a senior, but I actually got on to become an executive secretary. I had incredible positions. I was looking after the business while the CEO was away. And I had lots of people that reported to me and things like that. So I felt happy in that situation. But you've always got to be happy with the people that you're working with, like the actual boss. And the last job I was in, the boss was not a pleasant man whatsoever. He knew that I was doing an incredible job, but he didn't show it to me. And then I became pregnant. So when you're pregnant, things happen. Your hormones go in all different directions. You think more into the thing than you should. And I just got very negative in my thinking and thinking that, why am I working with this guy? Why am I doing this? Even though I knew I was going to finish work, soon. And so I thought about it and I thought, well, okay, maybe when I start work again after the baby's born, perhaps I can start a business myself. I don't know. It was just a hearsay, not at that time, just a hearsay.
That's right. So a lot of people dream about that. So tell me, I mean, we'll fast forward. You did take the leap and you
Yeah.
started your own business. Let's talk about that. Is that scary? Was that scary to do?
Oh, incredibly scary. As I said, going back to that imposter syndrome again, how do I do it? I knew what I was doing, but even when I walked the streets literally to the real estate agents and walked in the door because the typewriter cover was over, I thought to myself, what do I say? I had no idea when I got to that door what I was going to say to this guy. I didn't have a business. I was thinking about it. So I opened the door and said, I've got a typing business. Can I help you? And I thought, well, that's all I can say. Walked out 15 minutes later with a stack of work and had to walk half an hour back to my home with this whole piles of work, very, very confidential work. And he didn't know me at all, this guy. And he just somehow I made him believe that I knew what I was doing, which I did. And that's where my business started.
And it's been day by day after that.
Yeah.
And I know you've progressed into a very successful business now, but when you're looking back you said you started when you're around 16?
Well, I started being a secretary when I was 16, yes. But I came out from England to Australia when I was 16 and I started my first job here. And as I said, I had a very, senior position at 16. I was actually in the insurance field. So I was actually giving car quotes over the phone and I was using a switchboard and doing all these funny things at 16. And it was fun. It was lots of fun.
That's terrific. If we look back to if there's somebody listening right now that is young, maybe in their early 20s, and they're in a position right now and they're not working with a very cool boss, someone who's um what would you say to them right now? And they have a dream to move on?
I think you obviously you've got to think of something that you're passionate about. You've got to find a job and start a business that you're passionate about. And this is my passion, helping people. But so if you've got a sort of passion that you really want to go for, then you've got to do a lot of research. You've got to have people around you that can actually help you. You've got to have legal person, an accounting person, people that can actually help you with the start of starting a business. But talk to people who are in your same industry, who are willing to help you. Like someone who in my industry, I've spoken to ladies in the same position, speaking to them and helping them as much as I can, mentoring them as much as I can.
Love that. So let's talk about what you do.
Okay. Well, I'm a visual presentation and transcription expert. So I do everything to do with presentations. I love presentations and transcriptions. I do everything secretarial. One thing I do a lot of, I do a lot of collaborations. So I have another area called board secretariat services. So I have a company that do all the board secretariat services for my clients. I have other people that do like web design and things, and I collaborate with those companies as well. So everything's secretarial. Everything that my forte is presentation. So if someone wants to presentation for a new client, they want it to look good, and so they come to me and they say to me, Marsha, give it the Marsha touch. So that's what I do. That's what I've always said. But most importantly, I'm very proud of my transcription area too, because just recently, and I'm still working with a client who's got Parkinson's, and he couldn't use the machine to actually dictate the book. He's writing a book. So I said to him, use your iPhone. So he uses the iPhone on the voice memos, and we've actually done 100 pages of a book so far for this man who's got Parkinson's, who is able to talk, but he can't use his hands. So I do work not just easy type of transcriptions, I do very complex ones as well.
Oh, interesting. So, as a visual presentation expert, are you talking about for businesses you're creating? Is it the PowerPoints? Is it their printed material?
I do PowerPoint. I do a lot of reports. A lot of people have reporting. Anyone from an architect to a town planner. It goes on. I work with a liquidator. There's lots of different people that I work with. I work with private investigators over the years. And I've been signing affidavits for when I was a JP years ago. So I used to do things like that. So I've done a lot of legal work as well. Anything that someone wants to get over the line with a new client is what I love to do for them, and to make them see how wonderful I can make a presentation for them.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So, Marsha, I mean, while you've built a very successful career for yourself, you're helping many, many, many people over these past 41 years. What I most appreciate about you is that you broke free from, let's say, a system, that 9 to 5 system where somebody was in control of your hours, your time, what you did, what you said, right? At the end of the day for that paycheck. And you really demonstrate what it's like to make that leap and to go through all those bumps, which is what a lot of women right now are probably listening, going, oh, yes, that's me. I want to do that. So if you feel inspired by Marsha right now, you're listening and you feel inspired by Marsha right now, we need to get a copy. We need to get a copy of her book. So Marsha, where can we get that book?
You can purchase one of my books on my website, which is mlss.com.au. And that will be, I've got a new website coming out at the end of January, and you will be able to purchase the book from there.
Terrific. And
I
also,
am on LinkedIn. I am on LinkedIn as well. So LinkedIn, Facebook. So you can see me at those areas as well.
oh, perfect. Yeah, just find you on social media, be able to connect with you through direct message. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
fantastic.
yeah, as I'm thinking for women who are feeling inspired by you right now, I'm also thinking, if we know a young person in their 20s, I know I'm hearing a lot of it with my daughter who's in her 20s and friends, that there's passion about doing their own thing and really following who they are. This would make a terrific gift for them.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
think I think anyone who's in their 20s, or perhaps they're older, and perhaps they've got kids, and they think they can't do it because they've got children and everything else. I had my son, I had a daughter as well, and I had 2 children, my husband, and I used to work before they woke up. I used to work after they went to bed. You can do it. If you're really passionate about starting a business, you make it work, and your time is very organized at that time, because you know that you want to do everything, and you can do everything if that's your passion.
Ah, love that. Okay, Marsha, you've given us so much, so many great tips, and love what you've built. I know you're an amazing woman, and I know that you've raised an amazing daughter, as we were speaking earlier, just a chip off the old block there. Just before we leave, um, do you have any final words of wisdom that you'd like to leave us with?
I think for people who are thinking of writing a book, and who think that could I do it? Or like, I want to start a business, but also perhaps I could write about it as well. Um, just think very carefully about that, because it's something which makes you feel good. It first of all, starting a business makes you feel good. Helping people is my passion. Helping people and helping my clients And once you start business and once you get into your little groove, you begin to feel happy in yourself. You've got no boss to tell you what to do. It's lonely up there sometimes. Sometimes you really don't know how to go to the next step, but you ask people around you and just do it because, like myself, I'm writing a book this year. Who would have thought? And here I am doing something which I'm passionate about. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Yes, you are a woman who you just do it. Love that. Just go for it. Thank you so much for sharing your truth with us and your heart and your journey in life. It's very inspiring. Very, very inspiring.
Thank you,
Um,
Gail.
so make sure if you're listening right now and you're feeling inspired by Marsha, please run out, get her book, go to her website. Her website again is www.mlss.com.au. While you're picking up a copy for yourself, maybe think of two or three other young people in your world, or maybe someone who's starting that next chapter of their life, and give them that gift of inspiration so that they know that they can do it too. So thank you, Marsha, again for joining us today.
Thank you for the opportunity, Gail.
Absolutely, anytime. And to our listeners, I want to thank you for joining us. And wherever you are in this world, we want to wish you a great day. Thank you.